Another great feature that Google has is their calendar, and what is so great about it is that you can share these calendars and you can embed them and you can access them on multiple devices. So I am in google.com. I am signed in over here. If I click on the waffle, then I can go to calendar right here, or I can just go to google.com/calendar to access it. Now, people have different settings on this. Some people have their set so that it will come up and they just see one day. Some people see a week, a month, so on. I prefer mine to be showing a full month, and I would change that by going over here to the wheel, going to settings, and then I would look in here for how I set up the day my week starts on, and then my default view is a month. That's the way I like for mine to look, okay? So if I had to change that, I would hit Save Changes. There's Save at the top, there's Save at the bottom, and now I'm just going to go back to my calendar. Alright, so you can see that I've got multiple things listed here and they're different colors. And the reason for them showing up in different colors is because I have my calendars. I have multiple calendars. We all have multiple things going on in our lives, and I've changed my calendars and their colors so that way I can very quickly distinguish what is going on with one part and what is going on with something else. So my main calendar here is called Klista Raider 21 Vision. Yours probably has your name on it. If you decided that you wanted to change the name, you could click on this little arrow here. You can go to calendar settings and then change the name right there. So if I decided I didn't want to say 21 Vision anymore, I would just delete that and then I would hit save. I want to leave mine like that, so I'm just going to go back to calendar without saving. Yes, it says you're. Apparently, I can't leave it like that, so let's just type that back in. I have to hit save, and then I go back here. Okay, that is my default calendar. You can see that I've got lots of other calendars listed here. And if I wanted to create an event, all I have to do is go to the date that the event is going to take place, click once. Now I can type this in. So if tomorrow at 1 p.m. I have a webinar, then I would just type that, and then I choose the calendar that I want it to reside in. So if that one would actually go to one of these other ones, I would just simply choose it. I'm going to leave it on that one. And if that's what I want it to look like, I hit Create Event. And notice here that it already notices what time that's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and click on this and hit Edit Event. And I can type in more information, like I can say where it's going to be. Okay. I can type in an address there. I can type in a description like an agenda. And right here, this is a new feature with Google Calendar where I can add an attachment. So if I click on that, and then let's say that I go into my Google Drive and had an agenda in here, agenda items. We're going to pretend that's my agenda item. I would click on it, hit select. It's attached now. So now if I invite people to my meeting, they will have the notifications or the information that they need. So the way I would add a guest here is, this is my other Google account, I would just add that. Click on that. Okay, so now I've got my guests added, and I can change my notifications. I really do like to have a notification that says, hey, you've got a meeting in 30 minutes, especially whenever I'm using the app on my phone and it pops up on my phone. Okay. Right here where it says show me as available or busy, the default is going to be busy, and that is so that other people who are looking at your calendar, because you can share these with them, don't think that you can come to their own meeting because you've got one already set here. Now I would just hit save, save and share, and then I'm going to send. The reason why I was hitting save and share is because I had that attachment that I just sent to the other account, and then I also needed to send them an invitation, which goes to their email, so that way they're notified. Now, I also have all of these other calendars listed here. So let's say that I need to create another calendar. I'm just going to click on this little drop down, hit create new calendar, and here is one that I need to create. I can put it in a description if I want to. I don't have to. And I am going to make this calendar public. By making this calendar public, it's going to tell me that it's going to appear in public Google search results. People can find it if they want to. Well, that's fine, but the thing is, no one can really find this. They would really have to be quite the hacker to be able to go in there and find my calendar. The other thing is, I really don't care if people see that task 1 is due on Friday. So it doesn't matter to me that this is public. If I want to be able to share this with people, I have to make it public. And then here's where I would share it. So again, I'm going to type in an email address, and I do have to do this manually, and it says that this person can see all event details. I can change this depending on what I want these people to be able to do. If I'm just using this with students and parents, I want them to see all event details, and then I'm going to be very careful about what I put on my calendar. So I might just put whenever things are due. I might just put whenever we have parent meetings and that sort of thing. If I were sharing this with maybe a co-teacher, I would give my co-teacher the ability to make changes and manage sharing, or maybe just make changes to events, whatever that might be. Depends on what you're using your calendar for. Then it's going to ask me if I want to create my calendar, and I do. So I click create calendar, and see, here's where it's giving me that warning. People are going to be able to find this through a Google search. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. And that's it. Okay, so if I wanted to be able to see my new July basic drive, I don't like that color. I'm going to change it. And I just clicked on my arrow, and I want that to be dark green. And now I have 2 dark green ones, but it doesn't matter because I don't have anything for this one yet. Let's say that I don't want to see the June Google Calendar anymore. I'm just going to click on it, and they all disappear. If I do need to see it, I click on it again. And then people that have added me to their calendars the same way that I just added someone to my July basic drive, that's going to show up down here. So let me show you what that looks like. I need to go back a couple of months. March would actually be a really good one. And I'm going to click on this one that's called Curriculum Work Calendar and see how things just popped up. Okay, so if I decide that's just too much, it's overload, I can't concentrate on anything because I've got so much stuff in there, I just uncheck it again, and then I won't see that. One last thing, if I wanted to display this calendar on my website or invite others to it, I would go to Settings, click here on Settings, and then go to where it says Calendars. And if this is the one I want to share, I would click on that, and here's my calendar details. So I could embed this calendar by copying and pasting this embed code and putting it into an HTML block into a website. And if I'm saying that and you're just well above your frustration level, I want you to ignore that. And what you can also do is just go here to where it says HTML, and then you can use this link. So whenever I click here, this is what the link would look like for others. So you could give your parents or your students this link just by copying it and pasting it into an email or something like that and say, here's my Google Calendar. You can add this to your calendar if you would like to. And if they are tech savvy enough that they know how to do that, great. Otherwise, they're just going to click down here where it says Google Calendar. Close that. And then if I decide I don't need it anymore, I can delete this calendar here and delete all of my events. So this is a great tool, something that I could not live without, and has been a great way for me to be able to share my schedule with people, so that way we can easily find ways that we can get together.